So I can see that few more participants have joined. So those who have just joined, it would be great if you could introduce yourself in the chat box with your educational background and research interest. And we'll be starting with the webinar in a few more minutes. Hello, Uzma. Thank you for introducing yourself, and we are glad to have you back. I'm curious to know, do you have any research interest? If so, please mention that as well in the chat box. All right, so hello everyone, a very warm greeting to one and all. My name is Sri Gauri Krishnakumar, and I would like to welcome you all for today's webinar on Omics Logic Research Fellowship Program. We all know that publishing a research paper is an important step in your career, whether you choose to pursue an academic or industry field. Writing and publishing a research paper, however, is not an easy job. It needs time, appropriate training, and mentor guidance. That is why we have designed the Omics Logic Research Fellowship Program to help young researchers and students from diverse range of backgrounds to take advantage of the bioinformatic resources for analysis of complex life science data. The fellowship program will offer a combination of online resources and mentor guidance to prepare you and help you complete a bioinformatic project. More details about the challenges faced by students in accessing bioinformatic resources, job opportunities, registration costs, etc. will be discussed during the webinar. And we are also joined by one of our former research fellow, Sheena Dhingra, to share her journey from being a beginner in bioinformatics to how she is preparing for publishing her project. So before we begin with today's webinar, let me also take a brief moment to introduce you to the team behind the program. We are a US-based bioinformatics company who's working with multiple academic and commercial collaborators to develop easy-to-use analytical tools, and our mission is to make bioinformatics more accessible. As a part of the program, students will have access to the Omics Logic training that has been completed by over 24,000 participants from 187 countries in over 300 workshops. And due to this fast growth, our team is working with local and regional coordinators that are helping refine local program logistics and adapting them to the needs of students and researchers around the world. And this training has been completed by participants in 6 different specialization tracks that includes oncology, infectious diseases, precision medicine, neuroscience, data science for biomedical data, and comprehensive training on omics data analysis. Students will also have access to omics logic resources. But how does it help advance bioinformatics teaching? Omics Logic is a portal for practical and theoretical learning of bioinformatics. It takes a combination of training modules, data analysis tools, curated project datasets, and interactive sessions with mentors to give the student a clear path up the Bloom's taxonomy pyramid. And no matter what the user's initial experience with bioinformatics is, Omics Logic is a useful tool for gaining a baseline knowledge of the theory behind bioinformatics, analysis of large datasets, and introduction to basic coding languages like R and Python, or even beginning a data analysis project. This also comes with an access to the Omics Logic courses, which includes courses on bioinformatics, precision medicine, multi-omics, including genomics, transcriptomics, epigenomics, metagenomics, data science that includes bioinformatics using R and Python, as well as cheminformatics, and example projects of different fields which you could learn from and replicate for your research work. Users will be given directions to access the T-BioInfo platform for bioinformatic processing and analysis of data. And the platform includes demo pipelines as well as data management and analysis cloud infrastructure to run the bioinformatic pipelines. And different stages of analysis are performed in different sections on this multi-omics platform. To view the various courses, example projects, and student project, you need to first sign up on the Omics Logic Learn portal. Before that, let me walk you through a brief demo on what a completed profile on the portal looks like. So once you sign up on the portal, these are the features that you need to update on your account. That is, a completed profile will have a profile image, full name with appropriate capitalization, link to your social media handles. This could be your Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, OrcID, Twitter, a brief bio about yourself that will consist of your educational background and research interests. And the mentors can view your progress under the Activity tab, and the courses you're currently completing will appear under the Courses tab. And finally, after the completion of your course, the certificates will appear under the Certificates tab. So now you might be wondering what comes after completing the courses and example projects as a part of your research fellowship program. The answer is possibilities are endless. For instance, you could go on to perform a research project like Ghazal Bhargava, a bioinformatics graduate from Amity University, Rajasthan, who completed a research project in the field of oncology. She uploaded a project on the Learn portal where an international community of students, peers, and bioinformatics experts can watch her presentation recording, read through her research project, like, share, and comment their feedback under the comment section. So in the chat box, I'm pasting the link to her project so that the participants can take a look. And another interesting student project outcome can be seen in case of Dilara Daikin, a molecular biology and genetics graduate from University of Turkey who completed a project in the field of astrobiology, which she went on to present at the Sciomics Club session, a session where an international learning community of bioinformatics enthusiasts come together to share their work, debate on important topics, and share their queries to stay up to date with latest advancements in the field. So here's the link to the session that you can take a look at. And in addition to this, she also went on to publish her project as a preprint on bioRxiv that she can share with her peers, mentors, and potential employers for future connections. And you can take a look at her preprint here. Further, you also have the opportunity to participate in poster presentation competition as a part of Omics Research Symposium, like Dr. Uma Yadav, who worked on machine learning project for which she won Best Technical Research Project as well as exciting cash prizes. And this symposium is an international research symposium that brings together experts from around the globe to talk about important topics. The student projects are not just limited to graduates and doctorates. For instance, Andre Moadano Sosa, a high school student at Mexico, presented his neuroscience project at the Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair, for which he won the Potamkin Prize and the 4th award in the biomedical and health sciences category. You can learn more about his work in this link that I'm providing in the chat box. So now to view the various courses, example projects, and student projects, let us begin by signing up on the Omics Logic Learn portal. Let me share the link in the chat box. So here's the link for signing up on the portal. So please click on the link and I'll walk you through the process on how you can sign up. So for those participants who have not signed up on the portal yet, please click on the create an account option that you see here. And here you will be asked to enter your name, email ID, and password. You can create an account using any of this option, or you also have the option to log in using any of your social media handles. That could be Google, Facebook, Apple account, GitHub account, or even Twitter. And with that, I will pause for a couple of seconds so that the participants can sign up on the portal. And if you're facing any queries on how you can sign up, please share them in the chat and I'll help you. So I'm waiting for the responses in the chat. Once you have signed up, please put a yes in the chat box. And for those participants who have already signed up, please put a done in the chat box so that I know I can proceed further. So I'm waiting for the 40 plus participants to share their, all right, Hirvi has said it's done. All right, I'm getting a couple of done. So I'm going to log in now since I already have an account on the portal. So once you sign in, you'll be able to view the various courses and example projects. And here in the tab that's asked, looking for a specific course, you can enter the keyword that you're looking for. So let's say you're interested in machine learning. So you can simply enter the keyword that you're interested in, and it will show all the courses and example projects that you're interested to look at. And now coming to the part where you need to update your account. For that, you can click on the tab that says welcome back with your email ID. And here you will see a button that says profile. When you click on this, you will be asked to enter your profile image and your bio. And the bio will consist of your educational background and research interests. And make sure that when you enter your name, it has to be in proper capitalization, as well as link your social media handles. For instance, in my case, I have updated my LinkedIn account and my org ID. And this is the tab section where under the activity tab, the community manager and the mentor of your program will be able to track your learning progress. And once you start taking any of the courses will appear under the courses tab. And if you upload any research project like Ghazal Bhargava, it will be displayed under the projects tab. And when you enroll for the program, for instance, a research fellowship program, it will appear under the programs tab. And finally, when you complete the courses and required assignments, the certificates will appear under the certificates tab. So with that, I'll pause for a couple of moments to share. Okay, Grace is asking, finding sign up difficult at my end. So if any of the team members could look into it. Can you tell me what is the issue that you're facing? You could also unmute yourself and let me know what is the trouble that you're facing while signing up.
Okay, thank you. I've been able to sort it.
Yes, sure. Can you please let me know?
Okay, it wasn't bringing out the page for me to go through login before. So it was just blank.
It's showing blank?
Yes, it was showing blank.
OGC, could you please take a look into it or how we can help her?
Yes, Shrigori, maybe after this webinar, I will mail her and
okay, sure.
on a call.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sure. Thank you so much. So we'll look into it, please don't worry. And with that, if the participants have any other queries, please let me know and I'll help you navigate through the portal. Otherwise, now I'd like to invite Cheena Dingra. She completed her master's in biotechnology from Amity University in Noida, and she joined for research fellowship program as a complete beginner in bioinformatics. And as a part of a plan to pursue PhD program, she is now planning to re-enroll for the program and complete a new project to get it published. And with that brief introduction, now I'd like to pass on the stage to Cheena. So the stage is all yours.
Shrikari, can you make a co-host?
Let me try. Okay, are you able to unmute yourself now? Could you please try speaking now? I'm trying to unmute you. It looks like we are not able to hear you, although your audio seems unmute. Could you please try joining from your... Yes, can you speak?
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes. Yes, you're audible.
Shrigori, if you don't mind, you can please share my presentation.
Okay, sure. Give me a moment. There you go. So yes, you can start with your presentation.
So, hello everyone. My name is China. Today, I'm here before you to share my experience on research fellowship training provided by Pine Biotech. Next slide. So let me introduce myself. I am China Dhingra, postgraduate in biotechnology. I have completed my Bachelor's of Honors in Biotechnology and Master's of Science in Biotechnology from Amity University, Noida. I have done my research fellowship at Pine Biotech a few months back under the guidance of Dr. Raghav. So I was always interested in biomedical. I am always interested in biomedical science, bioinformatics, and cancer biology. Next slide. I started my training by going through various courses available at Omics Logic website. I started with Introduction to Bioinformatics, where I learned about big data bioinformatics and its importance in healthcare and research. Then I started with transcriptomics. This was the main course that helped me to perform my project. Here I learned about how to perform RNA sequence data analysis, how to run pipeline in T-BioInfo Server, and to how to perform statistical analysis of differentially expressed genes. And also how I learned about how to perform t-test. Then I went for R coding course 1. Here I learned about analysis of biological data using R and how to analyze genomic sequence. Then I went for R coding course 2. This course involved advanced training like machine learning and statistical analysis. So basically these courses helped me how to design my research project. These are only some of the projects, but there are many other available on Omics Logic website. Next slide. After going through these courses, I started with my project work. So my project in title is to identify novel biomarkers for thyroid cancer using multi-omics data analysis. My project involved three major steps, that is differential expression analysis, biological interpretation, and to submit data. So let me give you a brief introduction about how I performed my project. I downloaded the data set, 4 data sets from the GEO database. Then, with the help of different bioinformatics tools, I analyzed and interpreted for all the 4 data sets. These data sets were available in the form of microarray data, so it's normalized. So I didn't perform any quantile normalization. I introduced them into Excel to find differentially expressed genes. So to find upregulated genes, I performed t-tests. Um, uh, and I could identify upregulated differentially expressed genes for all the 4 data sets. So using So I matched, after this, I matched the probe IDs with their corresponding gene symbols. Uh, this I performed using RStudio, using left join function in RStudio. Also I prepared heat maps for all the differentially expressed genes for all the 4 data sets. After this, I also performed principal component analysis for all the 4 data set using the raw data. So this PC analysis was performed using T-BioInfo Server. And next slide. These are some of the snaps from my research work. So PCA analysis was performed using T-BioInfo Server, and I performed scatter plots using Excel. And to find number of intersection of differentially expressed gene, I prepared an upset plot using RStudio. So I could identify 13 genes. Among these 13 genes, 4 genes were related to cancer that can be probable target for treatment options. So I analyzed these 13 genes using David to study their gene ontology, functional annotation, and pathways. Also, I use string database to find protein-protein interaction between the genes. Also, I performed disease-free analysis or all disease-free survival analysis for all the 13 genes. Also, I performed box plots, and this way I could identify 4 genes that are implicated in cancer that can be probable target for treatment options. Next slide. So after I was done with my project, I introduced my first poster presentation at Pine Biotech Research Symposium. This was my first poster presentation. This was after I completed my 3 months research fellowship training. Next slide. So this is how I did my research fellowship training. First I went through some courses available at Omics Logic's website. Then I started with my project. Thank you.
Thank you so much, China. So I do have a few queries for you. So did you find any courses or example projects that you really liked and that helped you come up with a idea for completing your research project?
Yeah, I really like R coding, like and TCG liver cancer data analysis project that is available on the portal.
All right. And do you have any advice for someone who is new to this program and who's planning to enroll for it? So along the way, was there any kind of mistakes that you made and that you would like to share with us so that we don't also end up making the same mistake?
For me, in the starting, it was like everything was new, but it was advanced. Like I knew it was worth it. So I took the guidance of Dr. Raghav and other mentors that were available. So I would recommend that if you face any problem, just ask them. Although there are everything available on the courses, but still, if you are performing any individual project, you can ask the mentors that are available from the mentors that are available.
All right. And one final query is, would you like to recommend this program to other students who might be confused whether they should enroll or not?
Yes, I would, because it provides hands-on training on bioinformatics research project. You can perform your any research project independently. Yes.
All right, then thank you so much, Ina. That was really great presentation, and thank you for sharing your advice for other participants. And now I'd like to pass on the stage to Dr. Mohit Mazumdar, who will be speaking about what are the various challenges that students face in the education system presently, and what are some of the job opportunities that they can take a look at. So over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shrigari, for the introduction. And also, thank you so much, China, for this wonderful presentation. I would like to share my screen. But also thank you all of those who have joined today's session and are interested in learning more about the project. So if it is not already shared, I'd request from the team that those who are here to share the link for the project that Sciene has worked on the omics logic, and people who are interested to learn more about her project and the data set and the entire methodology that is also published on Omics Logic Learn. So can you confirm, Shrigari, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
All right, thank you so much. Again, very good, very warm evening and morning and afternoon to all of you joining from different geographical locations. I'm really happy to meet you all, and we are really excited to talk about some of the new updates, some of the things that we are doing, and which in return helping a lot of students as well as faculty and research institutions. So to start with, I'd like to talk a little bit about my own journey so that you can understand how it has been and learn from a first-hand experience. So I have done my master's in bioinformatics and my PhD in computational biology, working in a research lab and trying to work and address some of the pressing challenges that the lab understands and gets funding for, and to be able to help the team come up with research solutions by using data, by using bioinformatics, by using algorithms, by using research as a tool. So that has been a great experience in my PhD, and there were a lot of publications coming out of it and a lot of recognition that I got through that program. However, I think that after going through that entire program, and also like the way things have changed now, it's kind of obvious that many of the things that we used to do, we can do this quickly, and we can do this in a more meaningful manner, and so that we can reach better outcomes, bigger outcomes. And one of the challenges in science in general, and especially in the space of biology and biomedical research, is the limitations in innovation, is the limitations in finding solutions to healthcare challenges that you have seen, that how we have suffered in this COVID pandemic, and how we are still trying to understand and trying to solve many unsolved challenges, such as the neurodegenerative diseases, such as cancer, such as other infectious disease challenges. So there is a lot of opportunity, because at the same time, when we are thinking about solving these challenges, then we are also thinking about how who all are thinking about it, and also governments and other organizations, funding organizations are thinking about it, and they're putting their effort to solve these problems. So what is required from us is to be able to deal with such problem, become or be that capacity to help such projects, to get such opportunities in research institutions, to get job opportunities in bigger companies with a good profile, and also to think about startup opportunities. All of those things are now doable, and it's a huge change that has happened over the last few years. And it's kind of very important to know this and be aware of this. So that's the reason I'm discussing all of this. And in my experience, I completed my PhD. I worked with several of the researchers and scientists around the globe to work on several different problems. And I realized that we are kind of getting close and close to finding answers that are more relevant to our health. So using all of that information and using a structured way, I think we can find these solutions much quicker. And also we can use these solutions as an opportunity to get good jobs, get good internships, or get good exposures for higher education, for other types of opportunities, such as the finding and starting a startup, get funding. So all of this is very exciting at this point of time, because of this innovation that is happening in the space of biomedical data science, bioinformatics, and all of that. So that's what we are also doing, and I hope that many of you are also excited about the innovations that this field is bringing in for human health and well-being. So with that, I have a few things that I wanted to show, some of the developments that we have been working on, and how all of this is making sense in finding solutions to those unsolved challenges, as well as finding, well-being amongst us. Like finding well-being is like having a good life, having a good job, and all of that, getting the right kind of opportunity. So how all of this is working for us, and what kind of models we have prepared, and what kind of opportunities that are there, is something that I wanted to cover in this session. And I hope that we will be able to discuss a little bit more about all of this. And feel free to write in the chat, because I'll be able to interact with you and answer some of the questions that you might have. All right. So in my experience, as I was telling you, I did my PhD, and then I started working for an industry. From my PhD, from my academic experience, I transferred that experience for an industrial job opportunity, and I was working with a bioinformatics company to provide solutions for big pharma. Now, big pharma and small pharma and other biotech companies, they do use a lot of bioinformatics, and they do use a lot of data to derive these and to solve these problems, or come up with drug discovery, diagnostics, and all of the things that are done in the healthcare sector in today's world. So in this modern 21st century, what we have been seeing is a volume of data, like really, really big volumes of data. And something that we have learned also from the previous presentation, that where China was using multi-omics data, which is like different types of omics data, which in itself is a large volume of data in terms of the size, but also to find those information which are relevant for what we are finding to finding solutions to healthcare problems. So after my PhD, I joined industry, and our objective was to find those solutions for big data, for big pharma companies who would want to outsource some of this work, to get a faster result, get a result that they would like to go forward for clinical trials and such studies. So that was my experience working with big pharma, and then I joined Pine Biotech, where I could understand now that what is happening in the industry, what are the gaps in the academia, and how we can help students and all this researchers who are really struggling to find answers to the research questions that data can help in. So this is the information that we are not so used to taking into consideration, because it's spread out and it's also not structured. And that's what we have done in this research fellowship, in this omics logic training. And that's what I'm going to show you in the next few slides that I've prepared for today's session. So first thing first, I would wanted to tell you all about some of the upcoming updates, and also some of the research partners, because what we are trying to do is build a research community. It's not to be done alone. So we have a lot of research partners, we have a lot of academic partners all around the globe who are helping in the same way, that to find and solve problems, help students to understand the problems, and also use the research capacity, and also use the student capacity, and also the faculty ideas to incorporate and solve these biomedical challenges, solve these healthcare issues that the mankind is facing. So for this, we have collaborators from all around the globe, as well as top research institutes, who are helping us with research projects, who are helping us also to bring opportunities for students. So this community is not just for learning, this community is also for job opportunities, this community is also for internships, this community is also for higher education and recommendation, and all of the things that a student, a researcher would need in his entire journey. So not just that, but also how industry is utilizing all of this. So we have a lot of industrial partners who are helping us with sessions, helping mentor students, helping us by hiring students for internships, for full-time job opportunities, and also for projects which are more relevant, which we are working on collaboratively. So all of those are opportunities that I'm going to tell you about, and tell you also the pathway to get there, to find the gaps and fill those gaps. So yeah, obviously we all of us have some gaps which could be filled up, that would help us translate our thoughts into a better way to get the right opportunity. So how do we do that? What is the things that we require to get placed, to get the opportunity, and also to work on something that really excites us? Because this bioinformatics and this data science and this big data has enabled a lot of researchers, a lot of students to be able to work on a project that really is close to them, because it could be a family problem, it could be something that we are seeing as a problem in our local areas. So we are now capable of working on those problems and finding solutions. And there are also business models which helps us generate money to cover all of that. So yeah, that is, all of this is possible, and some of this is what we are doing, and bringing such opportunities for students, for researchers, for faculty, for companies. So also for academia, as many students join us, we have academic partners where we are running these programs. And if any of you are from our collaborator, we have obviously a special program designed for our collaborating universities that helps students to take these in with scholarships and other options. So please let us know about if you're from a collaborator university, when you reach out for a specific training, when you reach out for a specific course or specific need or help. Now, connecting all of this, there are few industries who are utilizing this data. The industry who is generating this data is the next generation sequencing industry, and we have our academic and our industry partners both working in collaborative projects, as well as working on specific projects and courses and mentorship. So the industry partnership is something that is helping a lot of students and helping a lot of research think about the translational research. So with that, we also have partners who are from pharma industry, and where we are working on specific problems related to pharma, specific problems which are related to drug discovery, and also mentors and founders and co-founders who are in this space, helping get the right kind of opportunity once the training is complete, once the internship is complete, and once you prove that you have the skill sets to be able to get integrated into the industry. So with pharma, healthcare, and again, like AI and artificial intelligence, working on specific healthcare related projects. So we have partnerships with such companies who are helping us work on big data projects, generate or build next gen solutions for healthcare and life science, based on the need, based on specific geographies, based on the investment that is available. So that is a very important component also, to understand where are the main problems are, and how the bigger organizations are tackling these problems, where there are investments, where there are, and when there are investments, there are opportunities. Now, with our university model that we have, we are working with several of our university partners, and I just wanted to give you a quick update that what we are doing with our university partner is a hybrid model. So we are traveling and we are meeting with students, cohorts, and going through workshops together. So recently we went to MIT Jaipur and met with a lot of students and helped them with their projects, helped them with some of the guidance that are required for them to start this. And we also recently collaborated with IIT Jodhpur, and we are working with them to develop a program that would be really helpful for a large number of audiences, where they could be able to do NGS experiments with the help of life science companies such as Premas, and data analysis with the help of the trainers that are available in IIT, and also the IIT infrastructure, and also the guidance of great mentors like such as Professor Mitali Mukherjee, who has been one of the leaders in India in genomics. So really happy with all of these collaborations and this entire community, because this community you can also be a part of by joining one of our programs, such as the research fellowship program, which we are discussing today, and collaborate and work on several opportunities and projects with industry as well as academia. So that's the whole idea. And similarly, we went to Noida and we met with a lot of students and faculty and head and of the institutions, where we discussed what are the challenges that are there in such training, and we kind of are addressing some of these challenges by telling you about some of these opportunities that are available. So this is the entire picture, like from universities, from industry, from healthcare industry, from NGS industry, from different types of pharma industry. We are connecting all of this community to bring you the best kind of job opportunities, to bring you the best kind of training opportunities, and also to bring you the best kind of career guidance. That is something would go a long way and help us get to some of the objectives that we think of accomplishing as a company, which is to help the healthcare sector to be a important part of this healthcare sector and help in providing our analysis. So some of the analysis that we are going to go through in such of training is, to understand where this data is. Like we have been discussing about different types of outcomes, what people have done, but from a data perspective, we go through some of these technologies, and it could be simplified, and that's what we have done. We have simplified all of this into different coursework that Shri Gauri was just showing you, into different projects that are structured in a training based on the interest that you have. So this is what is like put up together. We have learning models where if you're a beginner, you can start from a beginner level. If you're intermediate, you can directly go to the intermediate level. And if you've already done the beginner coursework, you can start working on the advanced coursework. And then there are specializations where you can work on. There are different types of data types that you can work on, and also specific type of research specialization and research projects. So this is entire omics logic training that gives you like connections, experience, guidance, validations, skills, and recognition. So all of this is done through a pathway that we have prepared, that we have created for for those who are joining us. That includes the basic training, or anyone who joins. We think that some basic training would help them progress really fast through this process. Because earlier, and in a PhD, it takes 5 years to complete a research. And what we are doing, what China did was in 3 months, she could do work on such a good project. And if you work a little bit more, you end up publishing such project, you end up writing a grant about that project. So there are endless opportunity. You apply for job opportunities based on that project. And I'll come to those job opportunities that are available, that are really available at this time. So, so this is the pipeline. You go, if you're in basic stage, we have it covered. If you're in advanced training stage, that is also something that we can help you with, which is to go through big data analysis, learn about coding, apply machine learning, deep learning. And then what kind of specialization is something that really is exciting, because we do want to do like get into a good job. But in the end, the job satisfaction is not just about the money. It's also about what we want to achieve in that job, how we are happy and satisfied by after doing that job. So this is where the specialization, I think, plays a key role. And if you are really interested in some of the specializations that are like relevant to your local area, that are relevant to your country, that are relevant to your family, there is an opportunity, because there is a lot of data which is available. And that's what we have shown, that if you work on that data, if you work through a structured program, if you get if you get a good mentor behind all of this, and we have created all of that by utilizing the T-BioInfo platform that you have seen, the Omics Logic Learn, and also a group of mentors that I've been just discussing you all about. So the T-BioInfo platform is actually something that really helps in all of this process, because many of the beginner level students, it's difficult to understand the complexity. So the T-BioInfo platform actually simplifies all of this. It covers all the omics data, it combines heterogeneous data, and has a very simple, intuitive interface to create complex analysis pipelines. So all of this is something to understand the logic of analysis. So you do have an AI-guided platform that enables us to do all this big data analysis, all this machine learning analysis with an ease, with very, very easy process to go through, which is all covered in the coursework, where you learn about all of this in a stepwise manner. So you learn from the coursework, you do your practice here, and you work on your project. But this is where you learn about the basic concepts. This is where you practice on working on projects that are already been done and example projects. Then you start working on your own projects. So these are some of the pathway that from where you can progress from one step to another. So all of this pathway, we have resources, we have mentors, we have material, and we have practical sessions and guidance to go through and achieve that. So this is really a great place to be able to do some of these analysis and get expertise and develop those expertise in a stepwise or a stage-wise manner, which makes more sense when you progress from a simple to more complex to a more and more complex problem. And one of the best thing is that all of this is available online. So a big data platform where you can crunch gigabytes and terabytes of data, and that you can do at an ease, like setting from anywhere. Isn't that great? So the opportunity is there for all of you to think about this, start thinking about, and to do that, if you're a beginner, we have all the introductory coursework, we have example data sets that gives us a lot of idea that what we can do. If you're not thinking about an idea, if you don't have an idea, that's perfectly all right, because as we learn, as we read, we get to know about many things, and that's how we generate and get to those ideas. And that's the entire pathway. So basic training, intermediate training helps you develop that idea, helps you think about newer ideas, and in the project research, the research work that you're doing afterwards. So in a 1 month training, 1 month could be about the basic training, another month could be understanding the research problem, and the third month is where you start working on your own project. So we have 3 months and 6 month models, and also like longer models that we will be discussing in a while. But to tell you a little bit about the opportunities, as I was telling you about the T-BioInfo platform, we have the Learnomics Logic platform, where you learn about the basic coursework, where you cover the intermediate coursework, and where you also do the advanced coursework, or you do a specialization project or an independent project after learning about a specific specialization. So you don't have to do all of those things, but you can choose. If you want to work on a precision medicine project, if you're into agriculture, you can choose to work on agriculture. So there are a lot of variety from infectious diseases. If you have think about any type of diseases, and if there is a data available, then there is a possibility that there is something noble that we can find from that. So that's about the program, but how it connects, how all of this is connected with the job opportunities. So on our portal, and I'll request Rajasvi to share the link, we have been posting about the job opportunities. So if you look at these job opportunities, you would think that what are the different things these companies are asking for? What are the different things that these organizations are looking into? So academic job opportunities, industrial job opportunities, internships, and then career building opportunities. So experience building opportunities. So there are different types of opportunities we are thinking about which are available. So what kind of opportunity are you looking for? Because if you are a beginner, you would like to do an internship, you would want to know how the system works, and then you're like easily integrated into a system. Internships are a great way to get integrated in a bigger organizations who would want to test. So similarly, this internship opportunities and all of these job opportunities, what is required and how to get those? This is a really important question. So I have a thing to maybe discuss and tell all of you today, which I wanted to, is that many of these job opportunities you will find, if you're a student and if you're an early researcher, you will find that they have a specific requirement over the number of years of experience and all of that, like which kind of gives the company an assurance that you have learned enough, you have worked enough, you have experienced enough to tackle different types of problem and work in an industry setting. So those are really very important things for an industry to consider, which we are not thinking about it when we are applying for the industry. So those are the things that we have to consider, and that's where we have been able to help students with industry mentorship, like how to translate from academia to industry. When we are doing this research fellowship programs, many of our students are going to industry and joining the industry, and through this internal training that we are being able to provide, how to translate into industry with the skill sets that you have, and what kind of skill sets the industry is looking for. So one of the examples and one of the challenges that I just told you about is that number of years of experience. So one of the best thing one could do, which we were not able to do, is to start really early. If you're an undergraduate, this is the time for you to start gaining this experience by working on project, working on different types of challenges, and the opportunity is with Omics Logic and with other organizations as well. But here, what we are trying to do is to give you a basic from beginner level to a very strong foundation into the entire, this entire field where everything is possible right now because of the depth of the data and the technological advancements. So these are some of the things I wanted to tell you. I wanted to encourage all of you to start thinking about it, connect what are the opportunities, use the portal, learn from us, and get help whenever you are needed of help. So to end this, all of this, we discussed about job opportunities which are relevant to the skill sets. Now there are also startup opportunities. So we either we want to start join a company, or do we want to start a company? Do we have that? Do we have that skill sets? So we kind of are helping those students who want to start their own startup, work on very specific challenges which has a specific need in the market. So company has a revenue model and all those challenges, how to start a company in this space. So we started this by working on this microbiome in health and wellness hackathon, which I think many of you have heard about. So in this hackathon, what we are doing is that we are working on the need of healthcare industry by working on skin and beauty products, obesity and precision nutrition, pregnancy and femtech. Many of these have a direct application into the market, into the industry, into the healthcare industry, which I think many of you are aware of, and we have been discussing it about a lot. So I'll not go into the detail of how this technology is helping in these fields, but to tell you a little bit about the connections, how you get a job opportunity. So we have like co-founders, CEOs, entrepreneurs, founders of these wonderful companies who are coming along and helping students. They are also looking for students who have this kind of knack to be able to work on problems, understand a problem, and find solutions. And all of this could be done in a structured way, which is what I was showing you. So these mentors are helping in the same way. You develop a connection, you develop a relationship, and then you start you have a connection, and that's the connection we are trying to build and trying to offer to those who are joining and are participating with us, to get connected with the industry founders and co-founders and find yourself the right opportunity that you would want to have in your career, to start your career, or to go to a better go get a better opportunity. So this is what in terms of a startup business we are doing, and I already told you the job opportunities that are there for you to take based on the skill sets that you develop here, based on the hard skills, based on the soft skills. So both of them are important. And as I said, like, this is a training program plus opportunity. So it's just not job opportunities. We are providing the right kind of training for you to get those job opportunities, get to those ideas which are really relevant and could have a business model. So this is what we have been doing in the hackathon, which is focused on finding solutions to a pressing challenges in this field of skin microbiome, gut microbiome, vaginal microbiome, and its application in industry. And what all the things that are required, we have those infrastructure, which is really helpful in developing a product. So how do you develop a product? So from training to job to product, all of these opportunities are there in Omics Logic. And if you're interested, you can start your journey today by joining these research fellowship program, which is a great program, because in 3 months to 6 months, people and students have shown that they can, with the help of team, with the help of the server, with the help of the codes, with the help of the courses, publish really meaningful research in a very short term. and get the right kind of opportunities. But because an international publication is really a good validation of what you have learned. So we have several students who have been able to achieve this in different types of areas of research. So Ruthvi published in neuroscience, Supanta worked on infectious diseases, and you can work on many other areas as that are there available. So some of the guaranteed outcomes is if you're not looking for a publication, but you're at a beginner level and slowly wants to develop this, you have limited time. So understanding the challenges associated with bioinformatics and where these technologies are applied. So a basic training will give you those understanding, and it's really something that you could do at your free time using our basic subscription model, which we'll be discussing in a while. And then we have this training and skill development, which are very relevant to the certification that you will be getting, to the job opportunities that are available in the industry, because the keywords that you're learning and that the company are posting, those are similar. So you're learning these keywords and you're seeing those keywords being asked by the company and the recruiters who would want to offer you a job opportunity. You have to apply, you have to give an interview, you have to showcase what you have learned, you have to maybe show your project. A publication is going to help a lot. So working on a project and then completing that project is very important. And there are several outcomes that one could get after completing that entire process. So there is an opportunity about that, and that's why we are meeting here today to join the Omics Logic Winter Research Fellowship Program, which is open for all now, and to know about these internships and fellowship and how you can help, go to the next level. We have some commonly asked questions which we'll be answering. So can this program for the requirement for any university internship? What is the difference between 3 months and 6-month program? How many hours commitment does a research fellowship require? Mentorship options, topics, participation, pricing, payments, and scholarships. So all of this, to get answers to all of these questions, I'd like to invite Sparsh here to help students and go through those topics which are really relevant for you to get on board. Thank you again. Let me see the questions and get to the answers one by one.
Yes, sir. So there's a very first question from Abhay Singh, and he's asking, I have done my MSc in physics, and is there any project related to my field? And his field of interest is radiological physics.
Okay, Abhay Singh, you're talking about Abhay Singh?
Yes, sir. It's the very first query that we have in the chat.
Radiological physics. So what is the question?
He has done his MSc in physics, and he's asking, is there any project related to my field? And his research interest is in radiological physics.
All right. I don't think we have anything on radiological physics so far as a project, but we can work on any project that the research fellows are proposing, which are relevant to biological data. So if there's a research proposal, and that's how research projects work, is that you go through the basic training, you understand what are the tools available, and then apply it for the research problem that you are thinking about. So if you're thinking about radiological physics, you can start looking at what data is available, and then we can go about it to design a project. But that is to work on a project. But for that, you have to go through some of the basic things that we have just covered in this session, some of the technologies that we are offering you for you to learn, to be able to apply those in your own field in radiology, in radiological physics, and the data that you get from experiments in radiological physics.
Thank you so much, sir. I hope your query got answered, Abhay. If you have any more queries, please share them in the chat. And another query from Saksham Bhatia. Hello, sir. I'm from computer science background. What domain should I select for research project?
Okay, so your computer science background, we are using a lot of computer science in bioinformatics and data science. So computer science is playing a key role when we are talking about developing specific types of projects, when we are thinking about specific types of algorithms by changing some of the things that are already available and improving an algorithm, or to even design a new tool, or to start working on a cloud tool. So there are several things that a computer science student can contribute in this field of biology, bioinformatics, data science, biomedical data science. So you start, I would recommend you to start with the basic coursework that we offer on omics logic. You would learn about the different things that might interest you the most, and then any computer science student will be able to work on a specific problem, which would require development of visual tool or app, which is what we are doing in the hackathon, where a computer science student is working with a biology student, is working with a business student to develop a business idea. So the computer science student is developing an app, and the logic, the computational model. So there are several opportunities.
Thank you, sir. And we have another query from Grace. She has her bachelor's in biomedical science and her interest is in data analysis and cancer biology. What suggestions do you have, sir?
Okay, so this is who?
Grace.
Okay, hi Grace. So cancer biology, you said? So can I
Yes,
get
sir.
the question? I can't see the question.
Sure, sir. Let me paste it in the chat.
Yeah, because I'm also getting some direct messages, so I'm just was reading those. BSc in biomedical science, and I have interest in data analysis and cancer biology. So I think we saw a great example of that. So BSc in biomedical sciences. So biomedical sciences, you have a good foundation, and you have a good foundation in data in cancer biology. What you want to learn is data analysis. So data analysis, big data analysis, omics data analysis, next generation sequencing, or clinical data analysis. This is something that you can learn from the portal. That's what we are offering in the research fellowship program. So you can join this program, and you can work on a specific problem.
Thank you, sir. And then we have a query from Ahmed. How can I contact you? I need help with regard to data analysis.
Yeah, you can reach out to us, email us, and our team will share the details with me at marketing@omixlogic.com. And you can also mail me at mohit@pine.bio.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have a query from Wajiha. Is there any scholarship for Indian students for undergraduates in bioinformatics?
Yes, there are 20 to 50% scholarships available with this program. If you are from a low income country, we have specific scholarships. If you have a family background and you have problems in generating fund, we give you additional scholarship. We want you to complete the program, and we would try to offer the best that we could. Please write us an email about that, specifying your place and location, your university, and all of that detail, and we'll be able to share with you the scholarship that is available for you.
Thank you, sir. And then Grace is asking another query. How about people who are not from India? How do we go about interning?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we are doing. So we are not just India specific. We are working in Africa. We have a team in Africa, in Nigeria, in Ghana, and also local mentors there. So the local mentors are helping students who are kind of looking for specific hand holding and more time. But we have also have international mentors. So we are meeting online all the time at UST time, at CST time for the US audience, IST time for Indian audience, and GMT time for our students and participants from Africa. So we have an international team and an international set of mentors who are available online to help you out via a call such as Zoom. And everything is recorded online. So in Omics Logic portal, all of your coursework, all of your progress is recorded online. And so also in T-BioInfo platform, when you run your analysis, you will have all your pipelines, all your data analysis available on the website, on the web server, and also in the portal. So it's really easy for the mentor to help you, because the infrastructure is online, and both of you can solve problems together in that scenario.
Thank you, sir. And rest of the queries have been answered by Sparsh. And if you have any personal queries that you have in your chat box, you can answer them as well.
Okay, I have some DMs. So let me look at those, Shrigari. So Dr. Sonia, hi, she's saying, hi, I'm a PhD in biotechnology. I'm an assistant professor and would want to join and collaborate. So thank you, Dr. Sonia, for reaching out. I'll share with you an email, and then we can talk more about collaboration, that how we can work together. So let me now invite Sparsh to talk about the different models that we have and how you can join a program.
Thank you so much, sir, for explaining such so comprehensively and extensively about the job opportunities, how they can gain skill set, and how they can bridge the gap between industry and academia. So I'll share my screen, and I'll quickly walk you all through the landing page, that is the research fellowship program page, how one can join this program, what are the different resources one would have access to, what are the potential outcomes of this particular program, what all key points you need to remember while you are pursuing or while you are developing your independent research project, and then the different models we have for this research fellowship program. So this research fellowship program, as Sri Gauri explained you, that this program is not just for the students who are either into their masters or into their undergraduate, like completing their dissertation or the major. This research fellowship program is for a high schooler also, for an undergrad, for a postgrad, or a researcher who wants to research and develop a independent research project or find something novel. So in this research fellowship program, you will be using some bioinformatics resources for analysis of complex life science data and become versed in bioinformatics. So here we'll be covering training, we'll be covering mentorship, we'll be covering T-BioInfo Server.
Sparsh, it looks like you're on mute suddenly.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Actually, today my computer is behaving a little bit weird. So sorry. So yeah, in this research fellowship program, we will be providing you with training, with mentorship, and providing you with the access of Omics Logic Learn portal and the T-BioInfo Server. So the Omics Logic Learn portal will be helping you to learn, to gain insights regarding different domains, different multi-omics field like genomics, transcriptomics, metagenomics, according to the research, according to your research interest. And then if we talk about T-BioInfo Server, so it would be used for analysis part, for data interpretation part, for statistical interpretation or biological interpretation part. Now, in a very layman language, we have divided, I'll explain you that we have divided this particular program in 3 stages. So the first stage is about learning, the second stage is about the analysis, and the third stage is about the manuscript writing. In the first stage, you will go through with different courses, with different lessons through via our Omics Logic Learn portal, according to your research question, according to your research interest. Then once your first stage is over, you'll jump on to the second stage, that is your analysis stage. And in your analysis stage, you'll go through with reviewing literature. That's the most important thing. After the literature review, you'll fix a data set on which you'll be working on. Then after fixing the data set, you will work on your methodology. And after the methodology, you will come up with the results and the statistical and the biological interpretation of the results. So this whole thing comes under the second stage. And the third stage is whatever you have done in your second stage and your first, you need to jot it down in a proper scientific manner in your report, in your manuscript. So as you can see here, we are covering different topics. So the first topic is Introduction to Bioinformatics, where we'll be providing you with the insights and glimpse and understanding of what is bioinformatics, how bioinformatics is used in healthcare, how bioinformatics is being used in translational research, and then the basics of data and life sciences. We will be covering omics data types like genomics, transcriptomics, or metagenomics. Third, we'll be covering data science and machine learning for non-engineers, as I could see that there are some students who are from computer sciences background, or so we are covering. We are having subjects like artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, supervised, unsupervised. So we are covering these subjects also, and then R and Python programming language and in-depth analytics for complex omics data. So these are the topics which one can learn and leverage from. Other than these topics, we are also working on some specialization tracks like infectious diseases, like neurosciences, like precision oncology, precision medicines, agriculture and bioinformatics, etc. Second point, that what particular things you should remember while you are in your research fellowship tenure and you are completing and developing a research project. First is, make sure that your research question is compelling. Those who are already into the field and those who are already working on something, finding new. Second is, set specific parameters to answer the research question conclusively. Find a data set that fit your objective and explore them for batch effects or bias. And the fourth is, get feedback from our expert mentors on your topic and analysis proposal. So if at any given point of time, if you feel stuck and you want a guidance, so our mentor, our expert, our industry academia expert mentors will be there to guide you on each step, from your training phase to your analysis phase, and then the manuscript writing phase. So there are some potential outcomes of this research fellowship program, that is expert feedback and overall evaluation of project quality, innovation, and analysis execution. Second is, after your research project is completed, you have an opportunity to present your poster, to make a poster and present it in our research symposium, which happens biannual. Third is, path to collaboration with expert mentors or faculty at partner universities or across globe from different industries or from academic institutions. And fourth is, path to a full publication. So one can also publish their work in a peer-reviewed journal, and as we have showed some examples also. So this is a link. Please join this particular link so as to stay updated. Please join this particular group so as to stay updated about our different webinars which we'll be conducting for research fellowship program, and the different webinars for different topics and domains. So now if I move further, so we have three different models. One is of 45 days, then is of 60 days, and then is of 90 days. So the resources which we'll be providing you in all three tenures is asynchronous courses, hands-on assignments, group sessions, program course access, omics logic program access, educational cloud pipelines, online mentor support, online technical support, group live sessions, etc. So the difference comes in the outcome. If you'll enroll for 45 days, the outcome is literature review and project report. If for 60, the outcome is literature review, project report, and research poster. If for 90, the outcome is literature review, project report, and a research paper publication. Further, you can see here there are registration links for this program. If someone is interested and want to like enroll and be the part of research fellowship program, they can simply visit on these particular link according to their interest for how many tenure they wanted to join and do their research project, and they can simply click and they can proceed further with the payment checkout. Now here you can see that how our research fellows have completed their research project on different domains like infectious diseases, space omics research, precision oncology research, machine learning and modeling, skin disease, data-driven drug discovery, and so on. So these are just few examples. So we have more than 32 or 34 example research projects on our Omics Logic Learn portal. Maybe Shrikori can share the link and you can explore more by visiting there. So beta mentors, we have industry and academic mentors both. So Professor Pallu Redana from FABA, Dr. Harpreet Kaur, Dr. Mohit Mazumdar, Dr. Raghavendran, and Dr. Sona Vasudevan, and many more. So here are some students' blog, and they have shared their experience. They have shared their what kind of research they have done in these particular blogs. Do visit and get a glimpse how to develop your own project. So this was all about the registration, the resources, the different models, or you can sign up, you can register, and you can get started with developing your own research project. So if anyone is having any query regarding the registration part, please feel free to ping in the chat box and I'll be there to answer your queries. Thank you. Over to you, Shri Gauri.
Thank you so much, Sparsh. So I guess we will pause for a couple of minutes so that if anyone has any queries, they can share it in the chat. And I've also shared the contact number and the email ID of Sparsh so that if the participants are having any queries at any point of time, you can reach out to her. And the contact number is also active on WhatsApp, so you can text her. So with that, I'll just pause for a couple of minutes, and otherwise I'll end the meeting. You could also feel free to unmute yourself and ask your queries, and we would be happy to guide you.
I guess there are no more queries, Shri Gauri. We are good to go.
All right, then. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the participants for joining today's webinar. And with that, I hope to see you all for the Research Fellowship Program as well. And with that, thank you, everyone, and have a great day.